Welcome to this learning pill. For the next few minutes, you will see a presentation about collaborative governance models, destinations management systems, and destinations management, Part 2.
Hello, I am Sandra Garcia, graduated in Political Science from the University of Granada and recently incorporated into the SUSTUR project. My experience has been focused on public management at the different levels of the administration, local, regional, and national, and at different areas of which I highlight my responsibility as Council for Tourism, Delegate for Tourism of the Province of Granada, and General Director of Quality, Innovation and Tourist Prospect of Andalusia.
In this video, we'll see the key indicators to measure the effectiveness of the collaborative governance in tourism. To begin, we will talk about why it is important to measure the effectiveness of collaborative governance. Then we will continue looking at the indicators necessary to evaluate the different models of collaborative governance and the management of tourist destinations. Next, we will see what methods we are going to use to obtain the data and analyze these indicators. We will continue analyzing a collaborative governance that is a comprehensive tourism quality system in destination. SICTD is a methodology of the Ministry of Tourism. Afterwards, we will see a real case of the SICTD of Monaco, Granada, and we will end with a test and some conclusions to facilitate the understanding of the contents. Starting from the definition of collaborative governance by Professor Carmen Perez and Professors Pulido Fernandez, we define it as the coordination, collaboration, and/or cooperation between the different agents involved in the tourism development process in a way that guarantees the effect multiplier of tourism on the local economy. We can specify 4 arguments that answer the question of why it is important to measure the effectiveness of collaborative governance. Firstly, due to continuous evaluation, as it allows us to adjust strategies based on results in real time, helping to rectify what was initially planned if it is determined that it is not working. Secondly, by improving transparency by having clear indicators, all the agents involved can objectively see the progress and challenges, which fosters trust between the parties. Thirdly, for the optimization of resources, since the evaluation shows us which actions are most effective and where financial, human, and material resources can be best allocated. And fourthly, for a response to expectations, which allows us to identify whether the expectations of all the actors involved in tourism governance are being met, and that will generate greater commitment to the development of the destination. Now we are going to explore the types of key indicators and reflect on their application. To do so, we will rely on a structured methodology to implement and evaluate tourism governance, considering integrated destination management and the active participation of multiple stakeholders. There are 7 indicators: participation, transparency, equity and representation, sustainable management results, perception and satisfaction of stakeholders, adaptation and flexibility, and coordination and cooperation. Now we'll proceed to explain each one. First, participation indicators. These measure the level of involvement of the different stakeholders in the tourism governance processes. For example, companies, NGOs, public administrations. Second, transparency indicators. These evaluate access to information and the clarity of the processes. For example, the number of reports and public meetings. Third, equity and representation indicators. These measure whether all stakeholders are equally represented and whether decisions are inclusive. For example, the diversity of sectors represented in governance committees. Fourth, sustainable management outcome indicators. These measure the impact of governance on the sustainability of the destination. For example, the responsible use of resources such as water and energy. Fifth, stakeholder perception and satisfaction indicators. These measure the perception of stakeholders on the effectiveness of governance, whether their opinions are valued. For example, satisfaction surveys with decision-making. 6. Adaptation and flexibility indicators. These measure the capacity of the governance structure to adapt to changes and new needs of the destination. 7th, coordination and cooperation indicators. These measure the effectiveness of collaboration between stakeholders to achieve common objectives. In any process of analysis and evaluation of tourism governance, we need to have some tools to develop the work. These can be classified into 4 groups: 1. Surveys and questionnaires, which are used to capture the satisfaction and perception of the stakeholders involved in governance. We can apply them to the local community, as well as to tourists and visitors. 2. Focus groups. Sessions will be held in which key representatives of governance discuss issues and analyze problems and solutions. 3. Shared data platforms. These are systems that collect and visualize data in real time for consultation and analysis by all stakeholders in governance. 4. Analysis of collaboration networks. Tools that measure the intensity and quality of the relationships between stakeholders in governance and evaluate the level of cooperation. We define the Comprehensive Tourism Quality System at Destination, CIQTD, as a model for evaluating and improving quality in tourist destinations, which seeks to ensure a satisfactory and homogeneous tourist experience. This system evaluates tourist destinations from a comprehensive quality approach, taking into account the visitor's experience and the sustainability of the destination, and involves both public and private actors in its governance. Through methodology based on manuals of good practices and a continuous evaluation process that is carried out in annual cycles. The evaluations focus on the quality of public services, the infrastructure which is suitable for tourists, sustainability, social responsibility, where respect for the natural and cultural environment is valued, accessibility, here the destination is evaluated as accessible to all visitors. Training of workers. Continuous training of staff is encouraged in topics, customer service, sustainability, quality, to ensure a professional and quality service. Customer satisfaction through the survey system measures tourist satisfaction and identifies areas for improvement in the offer of the tourist destination. Coordination between actors. Here the collaboration and coordination between the public, private and association sectors is considered all key to offering an integrated and homogeneous tourist experience. If the evaluation is passed, the Certificate of Tourist Quality in Destination is obtained. Now we will proceed to analyze the real case of the Integral Touristic Quality System in the Montegill, Sierra Nevada destination. Its collaborative governance project is based on cooperation. It began in 2016, where ecotourism is one of the fundamental axes of its tourist development. Since this territory is located in the northeast arc of the Vega de Granada and in the heart of the Sierra Nevada, it has also been declared a tourist municipality by the Junta de Andalusia since 2020. The first action was the creation of a governance committee promoted by the City Council, the Business Association, and after a self-assessment using process, result, and perception indicators, they obtained the following conclusions. Environmental sustainability had to be improved. Greater participation by the local community. Generate greater cooperation and trust between all public and private actors involved. One of the conflicts that arose was traffic management, the parking area, and the Cojueros area. The solution was to create a specific working group to solve the problems and to conclude by creating a car park and regulating visits to the Cojueros area. In this collaborative governance process, the tools used are good practice manuals, destination improvement groups, workshops, satisfaction surveys, the management platform, individual visits, and information modules. When a tourist destination decides to join CIQTD, an external evaluation and audits are carried out to see if the quality standards are met. Where it is accredited that the good practices established in the manuals of each trade, which are 37, are met. After the recognition and certification of the companies and the destination, the Commitment to Tourist Quality badge is received, and this process must be repeated annually, which guarantees that the destination is of quality and that it is a model of collaborative governance and full updating. Now we ask ourselves these three questions. First, what indicators do you consider most relevant when evaluating the implementation of a sustainable management system in a tourist destination? Second, if you are a sustainable tourism destination manager, what challenges do you think you will face when implementing this system of measures through indicators in tourist destinations? Third, do you think that public administrations, businesses, and civil society are prepared to implement this collaborative governance methodology? The conclusions from this pill are: 1. Collaborative governance is an effective strategy for win-win tourism management. 2. Measuring its effectiveness is essential to make adjustments and maintain a transparent and participatory approach. 3. Implementing indicators and methodologies for continuous evaluation allows the strategy to be adapted to the needs and expectations of the actors involved. 4. A successful collaborative governance model not only better manages the destination, but also fosters more sustainable, inclusive, and resilient tourism. Thank you for watching this video.